my dude? How you doing so far?
What's going on?
Nice.
Big game, big win for the Abbey Canucks.
You love to see it.
Absolutely. It's always good coming back home and getting that first game. Now they have 2 games to close out the series if they need it. Hopefully they can take care of business Friday night and move on to the next round.
Do you think it's probably preferable to get the rest when you can get it, right? Because sometimes obviously you don't want the days off, but in this kind of a situation, days off are probably better, right?
Absolutely. And you know that Colorado's already up I think 2-0 in their series. So, you know, they're going to be sitting and waiting. Barracuda have really no answer for the Colorado Eagles. So they're going to be done their series shortly. So hopefully Abby can wrap theirs up on Friday night and move on. Was a little shaky start to this one, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Run us through it because we were keeping track as we were watching the stream, but obviously you were probably keeping a closer eye than anyone. Can you let us know kind of how things went?
Yeah, it was all Coachella for the first about 15 minutes of this game. Silovs really held us in. Shots were 8-0 until the Abbey Canucks got their first shot on goal, which happened to be Nate Smith's goal for the 1-0 lead. So Coachella was all over Abbotsford, which is really unusual. Abbotsford has done a really good job of getting a fast start this year. But Coachella has been kind of one of those teams that have given us a bit of a fit all season long. They have a couple of pests on their team that kind of like to stir the pot. And there's one, John Hayden. Him and Sammy Blais were kind of getting into it again this game, both given unsportsmanlike conduct penalties early in the game. And then late in the game there, if you guys were listening to it on the radio, he was kind of going at the Abbey Canucks bench, jawing at them a bit. So he's a bit of a pain in the butt and gets under the skin of these younger guys a little bit. But the veterans doing a good job of keeping everyone focused. And of course, you had Nate Smith getting the first goal, Akito Hirose finding him down low, and Smith getting his own rebound, kind of just real good hard work to get it through Coco and get it in the back of the net to get the Abbey Canucks in the game and get them going because they hadn't really generated anything up until that point.
And then had 5 shots in that period overall too, right?
Yeah, they only had 5 shots, but then again, that last shot of the period, Kirill Kudryavtsev from just inside the blue line, just a perfect seeing eye shot, a really nice screen from Arshdeep Baines, and the assist coming from Jonathan Lekkerimäki. So him getting his first point of the Calder Cup playoffs. He's back in the lineup after having a bit of an injury. 2 guys that were out though were Jet Wu and sorry, the other name's escaping me right now, but Jet Wu's still out of the lineup. And Lekkerimäki was in. So that was good seeing Lekkerimäki get one. Max Sasson getting the secondary assist on the goal 2. Nothing going on in the second period. Abbotsford kind of just a back and forth period. Abbotsford 9 shots, Coachella 8 shots. So it was more just kind of a Abbotsford doing their thing, making sure they were limiting any major chances and pushing the play if they needed to. Doing a better job of staying out of the penalty box in the second period as well. They were getting into a bit of penalty trouble in the first. Killed all those off, and then of course you had it going there when PDG buried the empty netter. Coco leaving his net while the Canucks had possession, so a bit of a brain fart there from the Firebirds goalie. However, we'll take it. You never complain about a 3-1 victory in the playoffs. And Sammy Blais also adding another assist to his playoffs. So again, just being a really impressive veteran leader for these Abbotsford Canucks. When pretty much the NHL had given up on him, Vancouver said, hey, we'll give you a chance with the AHL team to get your career going again. And he has taken that opportunity and absolutely run with it. I mean, everything he's doing right now for the Canucks in the playoffs has got to be turning some heads at the NHL level. A lot of teams that could use a third line grinder with some offensive upside. He will definitely be getting some calls this summer for sure. For sure. If the Canucks don't sign him, someone will.
I mean, he probably fits pretty easily in on that 3rd or 4th line for the Canucks and maybe elevate some of the guys that were playing down there. But I mean, with the way he's been playing, he's still young. He's only 28, 29 years old. So there's no reason he can, if his knees can hold out, there's no reason he couldn't make his way back in the NHL.
I mean, everything looks like he's back to full health to play at the ability the highest level he's able to play at. He's in there grinding, checking, forechecking every game. He's helping generate a goal, at least one goal, 2 goals most games. He's helping on the penalty kill. He's kind of become the veteran leader of this team, and he's only 28, but like that tells you exactly how young this AHL team is and how impressive a job it is that the coaching staff has done to get this team this far. I mean, realistically, they had no business even making the playoffs, let alone finishing second in the division. So every win right now is a bonus for these guys. It's all just good experience, great experience for the coaching staff as well. And yeah, I'm just enjoying the ride right now because I didn't really expect it early in the season, given how we were win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Then we went on that 12-game winning streak, and it was like, whoa, hey, okay, something here. And then we did it again later in the season, and it's like, wow, this is pretty impressive structure that these guys play with. And it's not just winning 2-1, it was winning like 5-1. You know, they were getting lots of goals, lots of offense, and then they were shutting it down. Like the other team wasn't really getting anything. So if they can keep going, every game is more experience for these young guys. And I liked how they played the second period of this game and also the third. Obviously not the best start that they've had, however, very uncharacteristic of this team. So we'll see what happens Friday night. Going to have probably a big crowd. It was quite a big crowd for a Wednesday night tonight, from what I could see on the screen that I was watching. So hopefully Friday night they can sell out and get all the towels waving, get a rowdy crowd in there, and cheer our boys on to the next round.
I was going to ask you about Mr. Silovs, the Artie party, because obviously in game 2, he ended up getting pulled after the first period. Tolopilo actually ends up being the bad goat in overtime, giving up the puck to have it come in the net. So Arthur Silovs, how did he bounce back in game 3?
Absolutely, exactly how you would want a future starting goalie to bounce back, right? Like that's kind of the idea with Silovs or someone who should be an NHL backup. We saw what he did against the Predators last year in the playoffs, and also took us to Game 7 against the Oilers in round 2. So um, he's always kind of shown that ability to bounce back. The problem is he has those weird games in between, and he still has trouble with those shots from distance, like shots from the blue line through traffic. He has a really hard time just putting his body in the right spot. And I think it's just he's trying too hard to make the save, whereas he just needs to play positionally and use his size to take up the spot and just kind of more look down for where the puck comes through the traffic rather than trying to find the puck through the traffic, because I find a lot of those goals that are beating him from far out are high above the glove side, and it's because he looks down and to the right. It's his way of trying to track the puck, and that's where he likes to go. And he just isn't quick enough to get back to where the big hole is that he left in the net. And the players out at the blue line can see it a mile away. As soon as he goes down that way, they're shooting that way. So he's got to clean that up and be able to just learn to use his size and trust that the puck's going to hit him if his body's in the right spot. And he has tried to work on it a bit this year, but old habits die hard. When you've spent your whole life looking and tracking for the puck, when you try to move to that different style, there is progress there, but it's slow progress because it's his probably biggest weakness is that one thing in his game.
He ends up getting the first star in the game with 25 saves on 26 shots.
Yep.
Kirill Kudryavtsev getting the second star of the game, scoring a goal, his first of the playoffs. How good does that feel for a guy who, kind of getting lost in the prospect pool with how deep the Canucks defense is, but really good look for a guy who has been just plugging away this entire season down in Abbey.
Yeah, I mean, he takes every game like a chance to get better. He's really improved. Obviously, his puck handling has always been strong, but when he chooses to handle the puck or when he chooses to pass it off is getting a little better. He's not giving the puck up as much by trying to overplay it. He passes it off when he needs to, or gets a shot through, like we saw tonight, where he gets it through traffic. And it was just a little wrist shot, just a little snapshot from inside the blue line, but he put it in the right spot and got it through the traffic. He didn't try to blast a slap shot through or rush a wrist shot through some shin pads. He made sure, and that's where the hockey sense comes in that you really see with him. And obviously, we are spoiled right now with defensive prospects. It's very different than what we've seen in the last 3-4 years of the Canucks and their prospect pool. We haven't really had any like top tier defensive prospects kind of since Luke Bourdon, and then now Quinn Hughes, obviously. And now it's all of a sudden like we have too many. Like, where are these guys going to play? They're all the same bloody age and they're all ready to play in the NHL. So, I mean, don't be surprised when one of these young guys gets packaged with that first round pick. My guess would be Kudryavtsev going with that first round pick in a package somewhere to pick up probably second line center. Just because there is still a lot of questions about Philip Hedl, and I do believe the Canucks tried to flip him at the deadline for Dylan Cousins or Josh Norris. So we will see what happens in the Hedl saga. I mean, obviously, we've been told he's healthy going into the offseason, so that is something, they're able to trade him if he does have a clean bill of health. And if they don't think he fits into their plans, I mean, if their plan is to go out and get a top 6 center, I mean, that was kind of what he was supposed to be. So the Hedl saga continues. I'm still not sure if he wears a Canucks jersey next year. That one's a mystery to me because he may have to be put into part of a deal to get something done. Obviously, we have till June 27th to speculate trades and things because I don't see anything going down till like last minute at the draft. But yeah, I don't see the Canucks taking a chance at trying to develop somebody right now where they're at, and just with how shallow of a draft it is.
So we chatted about Silovs' first star. We chatted about Kudryavtsev, the second star. I have to ask because I don't know why, but Breezewell was given the third star in this game. And I mean, it is in Abbotsford. So, but with no goal, no assists, can you tell me why Breezewell, you got two defensemen and a goalie in the 3 stars. Why is Breezewell there?
Breezewell had a really good game defensively. There was a couple times where the Canucks got stuck out there in their own end, and he was like sucking wind. The whole line was, but he broke up the play a couple times, and instead of icing the puck, he skated it out to center ice and got it deep to get the change. Like, really good veteran plays, bailing out the young guys that were getting a little trapped, bailing out Silovs, blocking a couple shots. So he just had a really strong defensive game, and I like that these guys kind of reward that because it shouldn't always be about offense. Goalies get lots of star recognition, and then obviously goal scorers, but when you see a guy out there having a really good game, shutting guys down, boxing guys out in front of the net, like, it's nice to recognize that, yeah, this guy really went over and above what his job is in this game, went over above all the other defensemen. So, I mean, giving him a third star was really a good call.
Might
good
be
call
the
in my
first
opinion.
time I've ever seen someone with literally no stat line. He had no goals, no assists, no penalty minutes, no shots, and no plus minus. So, but I guess in a 2-1 game with a 3-1 empty netter, it makes sense that a defensive might have stuck out in that game for all the right reasons.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, he just really helped with keeping the shot totals low. I mean, they only faced 25 shots still and in the first period they faced 12. So they only faced 13 for the rest of the game, and that was a lot to do with Breezewell stepping up and getting kind of calming the defensive core down. And so that's that, especially with Jet Wu out, having him out there playing a bit bigger role was huge tonight.
I mean, that's the thing. Like you said, there's a lot of Canucks defensemen right now. So even with Jet Wu out, you got other guys who can step in and take that role. So for a long playoff run, You probably need, if you're talking about a Stanley Cup run, you probably need 9, maybe even 10 defensemen on your roster to be able to make it all the way, because there is definitely going to be injuries, and we've already seen that in the NHL playoffs. But here in the AHL playoffs, it's nice to have these guys get step up. I mean, and we haven't even talked about Mancini yet, but apparently he's been playing absolutely fantastic through this series. Been a big part of why they've been able to keep things so even.
Huge. He's been huge on the power play, running the power play. Just really good stuff. You mentioned it last time we talked about him. He looks like a man playing with boys out there, and he really does. Like he's ready for training camp next year, and that you love to see that. He's going to make that JT Miller trade palatable. I promise fans, like he will make it worth it. Just give him a second to show you some stuff. But he can move the puck from the right side the same way that Hughes can, but he's got physicality to his game, and he likes to throw the body around. So he's like an upgrade on Hronik, basically, is what I'd call him.
And just going one quickly right back to Sammy Blais. If this is updated, that means that Sammy Blais is officially the leading scorer in the AHL playoffs right now with 7 points through 6 games, 3 goals and 4 assists.
Yep, that would be correct.
Yeah, pretty awesome. So Friday night, they got the chance to close things out. Obviously, the last game is always the hardest one. Coachella Valley's not going to go down easy. I expect them to come out firing like they did in the first period tonight. Is it just kind of same old, play their game, and the Canucks should be fine to move on to the next round?
Absolutely. You know that first 5 minutes, Coachella's going to just try and bring everything at you. Just let them try. Take a minute. Watch for a mistake. If they make a mistake, take an odd man rush. But let them kind of burn themselves out a little bit, and then you kind of go at them. You just got to weather a bit of a storm. You know they're going to be pushing really hard. You don't want to push too hard back, because that's when you start making mistakes, and the puck ends up in your own net. So just stick to your game. You know they're going to be desperate. The desperate team tends to make more mistakes in elimination games. So if the Canucks can just keep their cool a little bit, they are young, so they're going to have some of these veterans have a good, pregame talk with them. Obviously, the coaching staff is well experienced as well in playoff games and playing big games. So I would expect the Abbey Canucks probably to get pushed back a little bit for the first 5 minutes. Hopefully not 15 like tonight. But the first 5 minutes are probably going to be pretty intense on Friday night, and hopefully Abbotsford can use the crowd to their advantage and get one on the board earlier, and push Coachella right back down to the to California.
You going to be kicking around on Friday night? We're going to be able to review this game 4 together after the Dallas and the Jets game finishes up.
Yeah, I'll be around Friday night. We can. I'll drop by post game again, and we'll hopefully break down a Canucks victory going into the third round.
Yeah, as this is a Canucks stream, I don't need a riot happening in chat if Dusty doesn't show up for the stream, right? So. Awesome, Dusty.
We want a show. We want our show.
Rusty and Dusty, let's go. Anything you want to say to chat?
Feel wanted. I mean, hey.
Any messages for the kids in chat before I let you go?
Oh, I mean, thanks as always for stopping by. Appreciate you guys wanting to hear from Russ and I. Really enjoy bringing the Abbey Canucks updates to you guys, and also talking obviously about the big Canucks and things they might do this summer. Hope everyone has a great rest of their week, and we'll see everyone Friday night.
Cool. Awesome. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll see you on Friday, brother.
You as well. Talk to you soon.
Nothing is perfect.